Hello, today we're going to be learning how to do the power clean. It's a full body movement, trains explosiveness, and it's great for general fitness. You use the entire body for a full extending, especially at the hips, generate as much power as possible. It's great for athletes because every time you're moving around basketball, football, you're coming up and down. For general fitness, it improves your flexibility by forcing you into certain positions. Again, with athleticism, it builds great strength with explosiveness. And since it uses the full body, we're going to be warming up, get the whole body loose and ready for the exercise. So we're just going to start with some dynamic stretching. We're going to do some jump squats, about 10 reps. Some toe touches. We're going to go all the way up, all the way down with the hands. Feel the flex in your hamstrings. Try and go lower each time. Go for 10 reps. Go a little faster to get the reflexes going. Alright, there's some arm circles. Go 10 big forward, 10 big back. And I'll do 5 jump squats. And 5 toe touches. Go a little faster than last time. And really bounce at the bottom. Try and go lower each time. And 5 circles forward, 5 circles back. Okay. We're going to break up the power clean into 3 phases. It's going to be from the mid shin to the hip, from the hip to this position, and finally to receive. He's going to show you what this looks like. So we're going to start with the bar at mid shin. We need to keep the back tight. Nice and tight here, shoulders back. He's going to rise, keeping his shoulders over the bar. You can draw a line. Come back down a little lower. Chest forward a little bit more. We're going to start with mid shin. We're going to come up, keeping the shoulders over the bar. So if we draw a line, it would be one line here. The shoulders would be right here. Bar is right behind it. Always stay in this position until you reach just before full extension. So from here, we're going to come up, shrugging the shoulders up, having the hips open, flexed, extending at the knee and extending at the ankle. So we're going to come to your toes. This would be this first part of the second position. Then you pull up, elbows high up, and finally the receive. All right, so we're going to put it together. Let me do it first as a demonstration. So the power clean begins about mid-shin. Back is straight, arms straight, shoulders back. First phase comes here, keeping the shoulders slightly over the bar, knees slightly bent. Second phase would be here. And finally receive. All together it will look like this. Points you want to focus on are tight back at all times, keeping the shoulders over the bar until you reach full extension, bringing the elbows high and outside, dropping, put the feet out, elbows up. I'll teach this lesson to this athlete. The athlete observed me performing the movement, so now I'm going to ask him to do the movement on his own, and then we'll work from there. Try it 2 more times. He was moving relatively fast, so the bar he didn't have to really pull high to get underneath the bar. But I'd like him to try it again, keeping the elbows high. He was able to keep his shoulders over, back tight, and reach full extension and pull right about here. The problem is he came around and did a reverse curl instead of bringing the elbows high and going underneath. So what I want you to do is start from the end of the first position, the first part. All right? So knees slightly bent, back tight, shoulders back, shoulders over the bar. Now come up to the full extension and back down to the other position. Okay. Reset from the top of the first pull. And up, receive, back down, up, receive, good. Let's go back down mid-shin. Go. Much better. As you can see this time, his elbows were high and outside, and then he pulled underneath. Other common errors are going to be having the bar bang outside in front of you when you do the first pull, as demonstrated here. So start from your shin, let the bar fly out. So you don't want that to happen. See how it pulled his body forward? Do it again. So show them what it should look like when it's not going out in front of you. It comes straight up, straight up. He came a little forward on his toes that time. Good. Alright, now we're going to break it down piece by piece. So we're going to start from below mid-shin. At mid-shin. We're going to start at mid-shin, and now we're going to make sure the back is tight, shoulders are slightly over the bar, good. He's going to rise up to the end of the first pull, which is right about there. Knees should be bent a little bit more. There you go. Now he's going to begin the second pull and start going up, bringing the elbows high, and receive. Alright, let's go back down. You have a little trouble with the second phase, so we're going to start again from mid-thigh. Keeping the shoulders over, knees slightly bent, and pull high up, receive. Good. Another very common error is having the elbows bend very early. So I want you to start from mid-shin, and as you go, I want you to start bending your arms before time. He knows how to do it, he's having a little trouble doing it wrong. So I want you to, remember, try and start bending right about here. Let's see what happens. He's really good at this one. Having a little trouble. Do it wrong, okay? There you go. See how it pulls him forward very much when he does that? Instead, the elbows should remain relatively loose and allow for the power to come from opening the hips. And then he starts pulling. If he starts bending early, he reduces the power production from his hips. That's the whole purpose of this exercise, to generate as much power as you can from your hips. Let's try it again. Alright, so put it down. Just stand. That's what I was showing. After learning the technique, a great way to break it down for people who are having some trouble, let's say they bend their arms a little early. So what we can do is just have them focus on going from the mid-shin to the hip, keeping the arm straight, just coming to the shrug. Focusing on that and not letting the arms bend. And then introducing the second part and third part of the movement. So I'm going to have the athlete practice just the first pull as if he had an issue with bending his arms. Go ahead. So in this part, you're not going to be stopping here. I want you to actually come up here, okay? Nope, no bending. Just straight up, just straight. Good. See how it banged out in front of him? Go on to that. Control it a little more. Much better.